Good afternoon, Prinhoundar. Here we are once again on Empires and Puzzles. Haven't been here for a little while, video-wise, anyway. Like ever, really, with Empires and Puzzles, I'm kind of drifting in and out. I play as much as I can. I generally am managing to do Wars and Titans, but I'm not exactly doing as much farming or anything else as I used to. I still quite enjoy the game from time to time, but you know, it's just keeping up with it all at the moment, real life and what have you. Anyway, so that said, we're here because this is a 3-star raid tournament going on, which is always my favourite raid tournament. 3-star Rush Attack. I'll go through that in a second. Before I do that, let's just see if I've had any luck with my Hero Academy. No, just another duplicate Leonidas. That's a shame. Still, never mind. That's the way it goes. I have had, who've I had? I've had Poseidon and Little Red Hood from it, so I've not done too badly, really. Albeit that it is a very slow process. It's about sort of 2 decent heroes a year, or 3 decent heroes a year, something like that. Still, never mind. We'll keep plugging away at it. And Final Recruits 2, and that can be useful. Final Recruits 2, for anybody that doesn't know, but I would assume most people do know by now, occasionally has an epic troop token at the end of it, which is really worth having as well. Anyway, so on to the tournament. So it's a 3-star tournament with no yellow heroes. So as ever, whichever colour you can't take is the one I choose, the opposite for my tank. So with no yellows, I've chosen a purple tank. And Gilra, I would hope, is a really good tank for this. Chochin would have been another a good option. So that's my defence team. Because it's a rush attack, I've chucked in a healer, which I don't always do. It's a very defensive team, really. Gunnar, not costume Gunnar, regular Gunnar to sort of hopefully keep everyone alive. And lastly, Minucius just put on the end there as a debuffer, hopefully just sort of mess around with my attackers. Let's see if it's worked. Has anyone attacked me yet? 50-50, so it's not done too badly. It's always very hard to say exactly what you're up against, really, but 50-50 is not too bad a result, I would have said. Anyway, so let's go on the attack. Muggy is quite a good choice. Got to admit, I thought about putting Muggy in my team, so I'm going to go for 3 reds. It's a speed attack, so that makes Borken particularly useful. I will take Chochin for his mana slowing down prowess. And I will take, I won't take Tyrum, I will take Minucius again as a debuffer. I think that'll do. Let's see how we get on. Debuffing is quite useful for, but I don't know if you can debuff Muggy or not. I can't actually remember. We'll find out, I think. So Muggy is a pain, but I think there we go, he's dead already. This is the beauty of 3 red heroes. Plus it's a rush attack, so now all of them have got an attack boost, which is quite handy in and of itself. Jahangir is actually, with rush attack, Jahangir goes from being a fairly meh kind of hero to actually quite a dangerous one, especially on 3-star tournaments. So now everybody on my side is going to be burning, which is annoying and a little bit rude, but never mind. Hopefully most of their heroes will be dead before it matters. Normally with rush attack, I do tend to take Pixie, but obviously Pixie's a yellow hero, so she's not available. Chochin here, this is quite good because he slows down their mana generation, which when it's a rush attack can really make a big difference. Borken is also quite good because he knocks mana back. What's the other one? Does it? Carver does that as well, actually, in fairness. I don't think I actually have a fully leveled Carver, but heroes that mess around with their mana can be really useful on mana attack raids, and so on and so forth. So, as I said, 3-star generally is the sort of heroes I know best anyway, so yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's anybody else who knocks mana back. I think those are the main ones on 3-star level. So people that mess around with mana, and again, like hit all heroes suddenly become really, really good because of the rush attack thing. Now, they've gone with Chochin, good choice, can't argue with that. A couple of reds. Who are my blue heroes? Who've I got? I could go with Nordry, who's quite useful, and I may as well go Ulmer. I'm not going to match the Chochin. I will go for 3 blues, I think. Go for a bit blue power. Do I go for Gunnar? Let me just check what they've got. They've got a Gunnar as well. tempted to go with Costume Gunnar. Can be a mixed blessing, but I'm going to risk it, I think, because I have got quite a strong lineup there. So let's equip my Costume Gunnar and pop Costume Gunnar in. The combination of Costume Gunnar, Nordry and Ulmer can be devastating if you get a good board, as ever you are. I would always argue that despite what some players say, you are always going to be fairly dependent on boards. Let's see. You can plan, you can work around some boards, but there are still boards which are so inherently awful that there is nothing you can do. This isn't one of those. Well, it's a sort of reasonable enough board. So there we go. You see the combination there, and now Ulmer will go off because they've all already got their damage down. Ulmer then does a lot more damage than before. This blue tile will probably. Ooh, I hoped it would take out what's the name, Hawkmoon there. Just it's even with the damage spread, I was hoping Hawkmoon would die as a result of that, but not the case. Clear off these purple tiles. You always have to be careful with how much you clear off things, different tiles, because it can generate a lot of mana for your opponent. So it's not always a question of sort of trying to clear the board, which I know some players argue for, but you do need to be a bit aware that it can backfire on you. Now, this is going to be an interesting one. Obviously, now all my guys are burning. I'm not super worried about that. I would have preferred then to delay Gunnar, but I can't, unfortunately. This should create quite a good combination. Let's just actually, I think I'll probably win it on this next move anyway. Oh, no, their Gunnar is still standing for another 20 seconds. It won't take very long to finish him off now, obviously. There we go. As I say, I do like the 3-1-1 combo. I know some people go 3-2, or, you know, there are a range of available combos. And that is a tricky one. Obviously, I can't take yellows, which would be the perfect choice against, what's his name, Now, Renfeld is cast a steel generating mana of the target. Ooh. Okay, so Costume Renfeld could actually be quite dangerous. I'm not really familiar with Costume Renfeld. I do have Renfeld's costume, but I normally eat Renfeld's. It sounds bizarre. I eat Renfeld's for breakfast. But no, I don't normally keep my Renfeld's, which, looking at that, actually could be quite... he actually could be an extremely good hero for this particular tournament, and the board has gone south as well. I got a feeling this is not going to end well. So he's stealing mana, which in and of itself is annoying. There are no places I can really use blue tiles. I have a ton of the tiles which are no help to me, which is annoying. I've only got some blue tiles in a place I can use them, but still not overly helpful. Yeah, so that mana stealing thing is going to get annoying if my heroes survive long enough to actually do anything. Oh, there we are. One dead. Hurrah. Okay, Ulmer now, even with the mana thing, is going to be quite good. Frosty, what does Frosty do? I have a feeling Frosty is... he summons minions. I couldn't remember exactly what Frosty did. There we are. Renfeld is now out of the way, because, like I say, actually Costume Renfeld was quite good. Regular Renfeld's rubbish, I have to say. It's quite interesting seeing some of the sort of lesser used heroes become quite useful in 3-star raid tournaments. I do find it quite an interesting intellectual pursuit, if that makes sense. There we go. Again, what's his name? Fry Tuck becomes quite useful on these sort of tournaments. Generally speaking, I don't rate Fry Tuck that highly, but he does a reasonable job. This team's quite healer heavy, which can work quite well on a defensive basis. Not always, but can do. Let's just knock down there. There we go. Boom. Still just struggling to get any sort of rolling moves going on really here at the minute. I think I should safely win this now, as I've knocked a couple of holes in their team. But even so, it's going to be a slow board. A slow board kind of day. Let's see. This will... The thing is that actually in hindsight, the combination of Minucius and Costume Gunnar is a bit silly, because one of them knocks the health down and links them all together, which can be really effective, and then the other removes the linking them all together thing. Again, you see, here we are, all the healing going on. Oh, so much blooming healing. So I'll hit Frosty again. Ugh. Right, hopefully the next move should finish off Frosty, which will then leave me with a fairly commanding advantage, even allowing for fast mana and everything else. I can't see that I'm going to get myself too troublesome here. Their Tyrum, luckily, it's one of the big advantages a human player always have over the computer. The obvious hero for their Tyrum to hit then was my Nordry. They didn't hit my Nordry, who was the only one he could have killed. And so he hit another hero, so I ended up with 2 weakened heroes rather than a dead one. Generally speaking, you're always better off killing heroes rather than wounding lots of them. The exception would be, like as I sort of suggested, if you can link them all together with Gunnar and do a ton of damage to all of them at once, that can work quite nicely with Costume Gunnar. There we go, Lord Marcus, thank you. Good game. Right, let's go on to the next one. So this guy's gone with, in my opinion, they're going with too many greens for this particular tournament. And I would have gone with a purple tank as well. Again, as I always say, it doesn't mean I'm going to win, but let's see what happens. So I'm going to swap in my reds again. I probably won't take a purple because that'd be weak against 2 of them. Yeah, I think I'm just going to go with this. So I got my red team. Let's hope for a few red tiles, because goody aunt. Brilliant. Sorry, just there we are. Well, let's just try and hope the board gives me some decent tiles. Really, really short of red tiles. I hate boards like this. Finally got some red tiles, but they're in all the wrong places. Except for, anyway, let's hope even that wasn't enough to finish off Costume Friar Tuck there. Would be a lot easier if he was dead, simply put. Hopefully this next one will finish him off. There we go. They've got that kind of combination of already fast mana and then boosting it with even faster mana. Still really short of red tiles. Never seem to be enough on the board. Finally, a little combo which includes some reds. Oh, right, okay. Priska, my Ulmer's dead. That's never good. It's going to be a close one, this one. I can't really decide at the minute which way it's going. What's your name, fella? Ishtak. Costume Ishtak is just about to die, which is good. Get Costume Ishtak out of the way. We're both about to use our, what do we call it? Costume Hawkmoons, who do healing over time. I always prefer direct healing, but the attack booster that Costume Hawkmoon comes with is quite useful. Just again, all the red tiles have disappeared. A few red tiles there, not really enough, but right, we get one red move. Costume Renfeld again. They're being quite dangerous. At least this will finish off one of their heroes. Oh, come on. Seriously? How much health does this one have? She must be nearly dead. Hopefully this tile will finish her off. No, she's... Oh, my giddy aunt. Sorry, I'm trying to be politically correct, because I do try not to swear in my videos, but quite tempted there. Literally, how much health do these heroes have? That is just insane that she has survived those attacks. Anyway, looks like it is coming together, fortunately. There are times when you just think, is the game actually being serious? How are they still alive? Every tile of mine just seems to not quite do enough damage. Really infuriating when that happens. I'm sure the game doesn't. I'm sure it's just a feeling rather than an actual deliberate case of the game robbing me, but even so. And there we go. Boom! Die, die, die! Yeah, good result. And the last one. Now this team has gone with Gilra as a tank. It is, again, I would say, is a sensible idea. I would personally go Gilra. I will probably go for. I'm going to go for my blue team here. Let me just have a look at who else we've got. I can't remember what this fella does. A random different, double attack. Yeah, that's quite annoying. Fire damage. And now Gramps is Gamps even. Oh, sorry, Gramps. Reviver. Yeah. Yeah. What are the chances? Yes, I'd forgotten they introduced a 3-star who can bring people back from the dead, which seems shockingly powerful for a 3-star. Oh, sorry, don't need that. So I'm going to bring on the Roman Tyrum, mainly because of Gilra. I'm going to want somebody who can potentially, they won't necessarily do this, but who can potentially remove the status ailments she inflicts upon me. That's the best I can do, really. I do think Gilra is, for me, is the sort of best choice of tank for this this particular tournament. You'll see in a second, so Gilra will go off. Luckily, my costume Hawkmoon is ready to boost attack, but suddenly everybody's got low shield and low attack, which is really annoying. Luckily, though, as I say, my costume Hawkmoon did go off in time to remedy at least half of that, although my defence is still down. That little fella there, hopefully these tiles will kill him. Yeah, there we go. Can't remember his name even. So this guy's got some of the sort of newer 3-stars, which, as I say, unfortunately, I don't always remember the names of the newer ones. So apologies for that. There we go. Bjorn. It is Bjorn, isn't it? Bjorn is down. He's not Bjorn from ABBA, I should quickly add as well, because there's no Benny. Game should have a Benny. Does it have a Benny? I don't think it has a Benny. There's so many heroes now in this game, I do lose track a little. Right, let's get... Oh, this is where... I'd forgotten about Gramps. I should have killed him already. Look at that. He's brought people back from the dead. That's just insane to have a 3-star that can do that. And as I say, unfortunately, like in Egypt, I'd completely forgotten about it. So I should have made sure he was the first one I targeted and killed. Stupid of me. So there we are. What a shocking thing to have a 3-star that can do that. Board has gone utterly awful. Let's just try and break some of the awfulness of the board, failing that miserably. This may be one I could even potentially end up running away, which seems shocking at this point in time, but I may end up running away before Gramps goes off again. Oh man, now what? This is... I'm going to risk it. I'm going to keep playing. Potentially I should have run away here. Let's see. Oh, thank goodness for that. I'd forgotten that you can get a 3-star that brings people back to life. That's just insane. Insane to have a 3-star that can do that. When as far as I know, it's only 5-stars other than that. Whew. Yeah. Yes. So my advice there: if you ever face Gramps, remember to take a few extra snipers and kill him first. Don't make the mistake I made there of targeting other heroes. Let's just collect my chest. As ever, I'm only in Platinum. I know people say, why aren't you in Diamond? I can get into Diamond. I just regularly don't play regularly enough to do raids regularly enough even to actually get there. Phew! Anyway, that was a good result. So 5 out of 5 on the tournament. B for my defence team. I'm assuming nobody's hit me in the meantime. Oh no, somebody has. There we are. Back up A in the defence tournament. So somebody's hit me whilst I was playing, whilst I was doing my video even. Top 1%. I suspect that won't put me on the leaderboard because these days the leaderboard, it tends to be literally you have to have absolutely every hero and troop at maximum possible. And whilst my heroes are maxed, my troops aren't all maxed. So level 50. No, then again, he's only got level 1 troops now. You see, you do get I guess he's just won all his defence raids, I would guess. Who's that? Ed. Oh, I'd forgotten he's a Monster hero. Yeah, see, this is the thing. There's so many heroes now, I can't even keep up. And this little rat fella, Skrikoch. Yeah, again, don't even really know him. Oh, fair enough. Fair play to him. I'm surprised he doesn't have a purple tank, I must admit. Although I know Frost... In fact, none of these guys... There we go. He's got a purple tank. Oh, I do have this fella, Morris. What does he do? Oh, yeah, he can disappear. Immune to normal attacks. Yeah, he can hide, which actually could be quite useful for this, I suppose. Anyway, so it's interesting to see what other people are doing. So there we go. So I hope there was some useful advice in there. It was one of those videos, again, where things went reasonably well. I always try and get into the top 1% on 3-star raid tournaments. And, I do feel it is my sort of strongest area. Although, weirdly, I quite often get into the top 1% on 5-star raid tournaments as well. It tends to be 4 stars where I do struggle. Anyway, never mind. There we are. That's the way it goes. Thank you very much for watching. Please do remember to like, share, comment, subscribe. Tell your friends, your enemies, everybody else. Subscribe to the channel. It really is appreciated. Make comments. Again, I know I'm a bit rubbish at replying, but do please remember, all of these things are appreciated and go some way towards me setting up my YouTube empire, which will eventually take over the world, which suits because I'm in an alliance called Pinky and the Brain. There we are. Anyway, just remains for me to say, may death come swiftly to your enemies. Take care. Hoilva. Goodbye.